Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Everybody ready? I'd like to call to order a special city council meeting, October 22nd, 2020. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Miller,
Here. Did you get a hear from me?
Yes, we heard you.
Okay.
Mr. Wertz,
Here.
Chairman Carey,
Here. All present. Okay. Our special meeting is for the election of a candidate to fill a vacant seat. Is there a motion to nominate a candidate to fill the vacancy?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to nominate Dan Boast to fill the vacant council seat.
I will second that.
Okay. This is a motion that's been moved in second. Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing no other nominations, is there a motion to close the nominations?
I'll make a motion to close.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to close nominations. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Okay, opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, now there is a motion on the table that has been seconded. Is there any discussion on this from council?
No.
Okay. Is there any question on this from the media?
No.
Is there any question on this from the public?
So Tony's never been on a Zoom meeting with us, so he may not know exactly what to do. So Tony, if you want to make a comment, you need to raise your hand that you would like to speak. And then we will recognize you at that point.
Is there any discussion from the public?
He tried calling me, but I couldn't answer it because I'm doing this.
Okay.
Tony. I'm not sure what to say.
Okay, I believe we're going to move along.
Do you want, he's calling me. Should I answer it?
Go ahead. Yep. Thank you, Mayor.
Tony. It says you're muted. You know, did you try to raise, I mean, we know that you want to talk, so you don't need to raise your hand, but
Kathy.
I've allowed you to talk. So I'm not sure. No, you're on my phone. You're not on the computer.
Oh, I can't do that.
Give me your phone.
Okay,
You don't need
so you want to talk? Can you hear him?
it. No.
No.
I mean, if you're on your phone, I don't know if you can talk to me, so why don't you hang up and we'll see if we can hear you. Okay? Are you on your computer or your phone? Did you dial in so that? Okay. It says you're not muted. I don't know, Tony, but I'm sorry. I probably,
Mayor, as a last
Okay.
resort, maybe you could just put him on speaker.
okay. Okay, so they're saying I can put you on speaker. All right, hold on.
You tell me when I can go.
Go ahead.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Now, am I clear?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, you know what? Truthfully, everything, that I just want everyone to know I tried for the last 20 minutes. I could not get on. This is my first Zoom meeting as mayor said. I guess what I want to say is this. We're in a situation where, with the coronavirus, I think you guys are going in the right direction. And sadly enough, you know what? I don't even have everything together because that's all I've been doing is trying to get on it. Now it's like backed up and I'm not quite. Follow me, anybody?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like.
Well, if you want to make a statement, Tony, they're giving you an opportunity to do it.
Okay. Oh, then I'm going to do it. And listen, as councilman and the chair, Wayne Carey said, when I saw the opening for a council seat, I just jumped on it without thinking. I felt like I was being drafted. The kind of thing you just sign up for. Don, I meant it when I said that you've been a friend, a colleague, and someone I trust. As far as streetscape, I meant everything I said there, where the mayor had said, it is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I hope that the residents who own property and pay the in that zone take advantage of the $40 discount they get per lineal foot per curb. City's watching it, and it's going to complement everything. Being in this post-coronavirus world, everybody has to take a step up, or else we're just going to fall into the same category as everyone else. Too many people, by the way, just kind of don't jumpstart. I was so prepared for this Zoom meeting.
Tony, we want to thank you for your support very much.
Okay.
Okay?
In that case, what Wayne, Chairperson Wayne, was that it? Just you want to thank me for my support?
I want to thank you for your support. Thank you very much. And for all you do for the city. Thank you.
It's all there, but the thing is, though, this was not my plan, and I apologize. Maybe something very shortly. I'll learn how to get onto a Zoom meeting. It could have been a lot smoother than this. And here I am just walking around the room, like lost, because I can see everybody there. And Melissa, you look good. Everybody, Cheryl, thank you for all the things. Actually, also thank you for the city of Lebanon for putting up with me for all these years.
Okay.
Chris, smile.
Okay.
One last thing, Wayne.
Yeah.
Sherry, you look great. Chris, smile. Keith, I support you. Cheryl, thanks for everything. Richard, you're doing a good job. Definitely Melissa. Joe, you're there. Donna, I miss you, and I saw you coming in today. And Janelle, and I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Keep up the good work. Okay. So I'm okay. I know, Wayne, what you're doing. You're saying, Tony, it's done. We mean, we thank you and goodbye, and that's what I'm saying too. And I apologize for the old mix-up, but I do give you credit for allowing me to do this, and I'm supporting you 100%, and we'll go from there. Oh, we're going to be doing some other things. Love you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, there's been a motion on the table and it has been seconded.
I'm out of here.
We've done everything. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Give it over.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Morales,
Yes.
Mr. Wertz,
Yes.
Chairman Carey,
Yes. Okay, this motion carries. We want to welcome Dan Bost as our new councilman. The mayor will be contacting you to get a hold of you for your availability to be sworn in on Monday before our council meeting. You are welcome to stay on the virtual meeting for pre-council, but you cannot vote until you are sworn in. I do want to say to all candidates who applied for this open council seat, I want to say, and from myself and from council, thank you. You have demonstrated a willingness to step up and serve our city. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn this special council meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, this meeting is closed. Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Bost. Okay,
Oh.
we're gonna
just-
call the pre-council meeting October 22nd, 2020 to order. Everyone has an agenda that came in your email. Assignment of prayer to Chris Miller. Okay, thank you. Minutes, we have minutes from September 24th, September 28th, and October 22nd special meeting. Budget report out in your email, January 1st through September 30th, 2020. Mayor, would you like to give us a little update on that, please?
Yes, may I say something before that?
Yes.
So if Mr. Bost would like to ask any questions, he, as an appointee, he hasn't been sworn in yet. I think we could allow that if you so chose to do so. He just would not be permitted to vote.
Sure,
We're not voting tonight anyhow, so I think he could participate because if he gets sworn in on Monday, he could vote. So I think we could allow him to ask questions.
I feel absolutely wonderful for him to be able to do that if he has any questions.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so our budget report, we are 75% of the budget year completed. Our revenues are at 86%. Our expenditures are at 65%. Both are performing better than budget, so that's good. I did want to share quickly. The Brookings Institute is a nonprofit organization that looks at societal issues and all levels of government. And they put out a report on how much COVID is hurting state and local revenues. And basically they indicated that state and local governments are significant players in our economy. And unlike the federal government, state and local generally have to balance their operating budgets. They can't borrow to finance large deficits. And as in other economic downturns, the pandemic has reduced state and local revenues, but this time it's different. This is a totally different scenario. So declines in income tax revenue are likely to be smaller than projected based on historical experiences, because the employment losses, like I've been talking over the last several months, they've been unusually concentrated on the lower wage earners rather than the higher wage earners. And the lower wage earners, of course, pay less income taxes. So far, the stock market has held up so far, sustaining taxes on capital gains. And the federal government has increased and expanded the unemployment benefits and grants to businesses, which all of those things have helped. And we've talked about that, like I said, over the last few months. Now, what happens moving forward if these things don't continue? That could have more of a negative financial impact on us. So what they're projecting is that in 2020, that state and local government revenue, they would experience a loss of about 5.5%, 5.7% in 2021, and 4.7% in 2022. So that means that next year they're projecting more of a loss than this year. This year, we think we will experience between a decline in earned income tax, renting of buildings and pavilions, and loss of revenue in meter revenue, other law enforcement type violations from not enforcing it. All of those things together, we're going to experience an $800,000 to $1 million revenue loss. So if they're projecting even more next year, that's pretty significant to us when you have a $13 million budget. So without any promises of further aid, and really cities of our size, you know, the larger municipalities, they got direct funding of the CARES Act, but we didn't. We weren't allowed, you know, the money that we're getting to, hopefully that we're getting to reimburse for direct COVID related, like hand sanitizer, putting up barricades for sneeze guards and things like that. We're hoping to get reimbursed for those items. That's, you know, going to be $5,000 to $7,000, $8,000. But the big revenue losses, there is no aid for us because we're a smaller municipality. So to me, it's not really fair. It's something that I've written to our representatives about, but I'm not sure that anything's going to come out of that. So it's just something that we want to keep in the back of our mind as we work through our budget. I think that's probably it in a nutshell. I don't want to take up too much of our time, but I just thought it was important to share that report because it is well known and well respected. So again, we're just gonna, as you're well aware, as I've been telling you for months, we've cut, you know, everything that we could possibly cut, and we're just doing, you know, the best that we can do to just hang in there and end up probably using our excess carryover to help us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Thanks you for your administration and your crew keeping their pencils really sharp on this. You know, to be at this point, even this far this year, is a, you know, just shows the great job you guys are doing. Next thing we have is our police chief. He's here special to see us tonight, and he has he's going to report on a couple different items. So, Chief, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman Carey. I appreciate it. So I understand I have 30 to 45 minutes allotted to my presentation. I'll do what I can to keep it under 45, if that's okay.
45 seconds, yeah. You're on, starting now. 1,
yes.
2.
So our National Prescription Drug Take Back event, we've participated, the city has participated in 2 events. In April and October of 2019, we took in approximately 200 pounds of unused or expired prescription drugs. We partnered with the Lebanon County Drug Task Force and the Drug Enforcement Administration to conduct a safe and convenient way to responsibly discard the drugs. We planned a 3rd event in April of this year, however, it was postponed and then canceled. The October event for this year will occur and is happening this Saturday, October 24th, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. We will be directly in front of the police entrance into the municipal building at 400 South 8th Street. There will be curbside drop-off. You will not need to exit your vehicle. We are hoping to collect more than normal since the April event was canceled, and the words "too much" truly did not exist for this event. If you have expired or unused prescription drugs, please bring them to me for disposal. We encourage you not to bring syringes or liquids to the drop-off, as we are not supposed to collect those items. When the event is over, some people wonder what happens to the boxes. So all the boxes used for the collection are weighed and then properly handled and disposed of by the DEA at an incinerator site. So additionally, there are several police departments in Lebanon County that maintain medication disposal boxes for year-round drop-off if you cannot make one of the two events. Those departments are obviously here at Lebanon City Police Department, Cornwall Borough, Palmyra Borough, Anvil Township, and North and South Londonderry Townships. So again, our drug take back event is this Saturday, October 24th. The location is right here at the municipal building, 400 South 8th Street, at the police entrance. And we will begin collecting at 10 a.m. and ending around 2 p.m. You do not have to be a city resident to participate. Are there any questions on the drug take back? Excellent. So we'll move on to the trick or treat. So trick or treat is Thursday, October 29th, and the trick or treat hours are from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's a couple things that homeowners can do to make some effort in preparing for trick or treaters, such as making sure the access to your property and your porch is well lit. Make sure your yard and sidewalks are clear of such things as ladders, bikes, other debris, which can be a hazard to young trick or treaters. Restrain your pets within the home for their protection and the safety of trick or treaters. Consider a battery-powered jack-o'-lantern instead of using a candle jack-o'-lantern. Healthy alternatives to candy are an excellent idea unless I come to your house. Make sure to keep items in their original packaging and consider, non-food treats, maybe such as stickers or school supplies would be helpful. So a safe Halloween. Some little tips are swords and knives and other costume accessories should be short, soft, and flexible. Avoid trick-or-treating alone. Walk in small groups, and we'll talk about why we're walking in small groups this year, with a trusted adult. Fasten reflective tape to costumes and bags to help drivers see you. Parents, examine all treats for choking hazards and tampering before eating them, and limit the amount of treats you eat. Hold a flashlight while trick-or-treating to help you see and others see you, and walk and don't run from house to house. Always test makeup in a small area first and remove it before bedtime to prevent possible skin and eye irritation. Look both ways before crossing the street and use crosswalks whenever possible. Only walk on sidewalks. If you can't walk on the sidewalk, use the far edge of the road facing traffic to stay safe. Wear well-fitting masks, costumes, and shoes to avoid blocked vision or trips and falls. Eat only factory wrapped treats and avoid eating homemade treats made by strangers. If you know somebody that made the treat for you, then obviously sure, eat that. Enter homes only if you're with a trusted adult, and only visit well-lit houses. Never accept ride from strangers, and never walk near lit candles or luminaries. Be sure to wear a flame-resistant costume. So important for us also and residents is parents really should discuss with their children the importance of respecting other people's property. Halloween is not an excuse for disruptive behavior and criminal mischief. So I do need to touch on some CDC guidelines. The CDC guidelines, and the mayor has done a fantastic job of posting this already to the city's website and also the Facebook sites. So there's new safety guidelines from the CDC, and I'm going to read this all but verbatim for you so you have it, and I think it's good information. The CDC actually discourages Americans from taking part in traditional trick-or-treating. However, there are some ways to lessen COVID risks. Avoid having large groups of people congregating together. Keep the numbers of trick-or-treaters to 3 or 4 friends wearing masks, and while they are walking down the street, they should try to socially distance. Close contact is defined as those who are within 6 feet of you for more than 10 or 15 minutes. You should avoid having avoid people congregating on your doorstep and yelling trick or treat. Instead, consider setting up a table outside where people can walk by and pick up an individual plastic bag that you've already prepared with a set amount of candy. If you are preparing goodie bags for that occasion, then make sure you're washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before and after preparing those bags. You can also use a candy bowl. That's perfectly acceptable solution instead of the bags. If a host is going to hand out candy in person, then the host should wear a face covering over their nose and mouth when giving out the candy. And the host should wash their hands frequently and disinfect any high-touch surfaces. So for kids, use masks that should use masks that inhibit the spread of COVID. So stick to the kind of masks that help prevent the spread of COVID rather than, say, a regular Spider-Man mask. Do not use cotton mask in place of the cloth mask. Do not wear a cotton mask over a cloth mask because it can be dangerous if the cotton mask makes it hard to breathe. Instead, consider using a Halloween-themed cloth mask. Bring hand sanitizer along with you. I mean, most everybody has hand sanitizer with them all the time. So bring hand sanitizer along with you and use it frequently. Parents should be concerned if their child is likely to rub their eyes or rub their nose or put their fingers in their mouth while out and about with dirty hands. It's always a good idea to take a break and clean their hands between multiple homes. And it's also an opportunity to give the kids a break from wearing the masks if they need that break. And you can do that in a safe spot away from others where they can remove the mask and clean hands. Do not share props, toys, or candy bags with other trick-or-treaters. Lastly, while we're talking about a safe spot to take a break, so the Calvary Chapel, they put together 3 locations for Light the Night. They've been doing this for many years now. Light the Night events are held at during the time of Halloween, which is from 6 to 8 o'clock. And there are 3 locations: the mini park, which is at the corner of 9th and Mifflin Streets, the city parking lot between 4th and 5th Streets on Lehman Street, and then the South 6th Street Playground, which is at 6th and Elm Streets. And what the Light the Night is, it's a safe and fun for the whole family trick-or-treat event. They have some games, free food, hot chocolate, candy, and then some church literature that they hand out. So that's what I have. I went through that pretty quick. If you have any questions, I'm welcome to take some of those for you, and I'll try to answer them. I did that good of a job.
Thank you, Chief, for the update. We were going to go decorate Joe Morales's new house. Do you know where we can find rolls of toilet paper?
No, because I would never do such an act. It's not anymore.
Thank you.
Any questions on this from council? Any questions from the media? Any questions from the public? Okay.
There's no
Thanks for
public.
allowing me to.
There's no, okay.
Wayne, thank you for allowing me to put that out. The drug take back is extremely important, and we're hoping to be extremely successful with that. And that's thanks to the mayor for putting that together last year for us to bring attention to this. So we're good.
Yeah, no, it's a great report. Thank you, Chief. And also thank you for the incredible job that you and your squad do all the time. It's incredible. We read about things that are happening, and I know that they're not random acts, but you guys and the policemen, they're on top of everything right away, and they're doing a fantastic job out there. And I hear so many good compliments from the community. So thank you, and thank your guys for the incredible job they're doing.
I absolutely will, and it has nothing to do with me. It is all they're doing. They're fantastic officers, and yes, we are happy to have them, and I'm proud to work with every single one of them.
Okay. Thank you. All right, moving along with our agenda tonight, we have several communications from the mayor. First one is from Mayor Sherry Capello informing council of the reappointment of Jerry Kalinsky of the City of Lebanon Planning Commission to a 4-year term effective September 28th, 2020. And he has been serving on the Planning Commission since January 15th of 1998. Mayor, is anything you want to say there?
Only thing I'm going to say for this and the next item is that the city is divided into 5 zones for planning purposes, and each member represents a specific area of the city. And Jerry would be representing the central region, and Jackie would be representing the eastern region.
Okay, thank you. And that brings us to our second communication from Mayor Sherry Capello informing council of the reappointment of Jacqueline Parker to the City of Lebanon Planning Commission for a 4-year term effective September 28th, 2020. She's been serving on the Planning Commission since August 9th of 2011. And we just want to thank two of these great citizens of the city who for years step up and serve our community. And hats off to them that they're continuing to do that. Our third communications tonight is from Mayor Sherry Capello informing the council of the reappointment of Robert Okenak to the City of Lebanon Police and Fire Civil Service Commission for a 4-year term effective October 22nd, 2020. And he has served on the commission since March 23rd, 1993.
27 years.
27 years. Wow. Okay. That's great. And I'm sure he brings a wealth of experience to that board now. So we thank him for his continual service to the city. Okay, last on our agenda tonight is a resolution, and that is approving the Lebanon County Municipal Waste Management Plan, a non-substantial revision 2020 through 2030, prepared by the Greater Lebanon Refuse Authority. And Mayor, could you tell us a little bit about that plan?
Sure. So the Municipal Waste Planning, Recycling, and Waste Reduction Act requires a revision to the county's waste management plan every 10 years. So every 10 years, they're required to review it. It's just like you review your comprehensive plans and things like that. So the county formed a committee or the Greater Lebanon Refuge Authority formed a committee, and they put together a document that's about an inch thick that lays out really the area that the landfill consists of, how much of that is being utilized, how much longer they have to go, how deep it is, how big it is. All the different municipalities in the county that have mandated recycling programs, those that have locally mandated programs, and those that have no curbside pickup. They also discuss open burning and who has implemented no ban burns in their municipalities, and just everything to do with waste management, which waste management also includes recycling. So it's just an update to that plan, and all of the municipalities are to offer any comments if they have them, or to basically recognize the existence of the plan and any revisions that were made to it. So that's what's before you.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Okay, does council have any questions on that resolution? Okay. Who would like to take the motion on that?
I can take it.
Okay, Mr. Morales, thank you very much. Okay, that completes the formal agenda for tonight for pre-council. Our meeting will be Monday at 6:30. We also want to remind you that there is budget hearings coming up in November. You'll want to check your calendar for that. Does anyone from council have anything to share for the good of the city?
Yeah, Wayne, I'd like to welcome Dan Boast aboard, and thanks for stepping up. And also, Chief, I wanted to commend you and your department on this past weekend's quick work on Saturday night. You're to be commended, you and the entire department. So thank you.
Mr. Chair, if
Yes.
no other counselor has any comments, Laura would like to speak.
Okay. First of all, did anybody else from council have anything else to share? Okay, Miss Laura, please share.
Hi, thank you. I was just wondering if Dan Boast was still on the Zoom call and if he had any comments about his selection to city council.
He is still on the call, I believe.
I am on the call. I don't know if I'm in a good area or not, but I committed to take my son to a basketball practice prior to knowing that when the meeting was. So, hey, I'm thrilled to be a part of the team. Again, the council has developed a solid foundation with the help of the mayor, and I'm just looking to build on what they've already established. I plan on being very quiet and listening. God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth, so for a little while I'll just be listening.
Well, welcome aboard.
Yes, thank
Thanks
you,
for
Dan.
having me.
Thank you and
And-
congratulations, sir.
And
Yeah.
I was just, and I don't know if I'm still,
Welcome,
okay.
Dan.
Was just wondering if anybody knew Mayor or Richard, particularly since you're the senior most member, I can't seem to remember a time when council was comprised of 5 Republicans. Has that happened in recent memory?
No, this is a first,
Yeah.
as long as I've been on.
And Richard, you've been on how long?
Since 2000.
5 minutes.
Cheryl, you've been around for, I'm not going to say how long, but a long time. Cheryl, do you remember if we've ever had an all Republican?
I'd really have to go back and look. I can't say off the top of my head.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I couldn't, I mean, I think in the almost in a week or so, it'll be 19 years that I've been here. And I don't think I've ever can recall a council of a complete one-party makeup, but I just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Laura, Sandy Molesky was the lone Democrat my first 2 terms, and then Wiley, he came on board, and then Cornell. So there's always been 1 Democrat, and on 1 occasion 2.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Wayne, one other thing I wanted to bring up that came across my desk at work today was so everyone knows that starting Saturday at the fire school down at the Career and Technology Center, 5 days of COVID testing, that's going to begin starting Saturday through Wednesday, 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the evening, each day, free COVID testing, open to everyone. So that's just, we were working on that here at my office, and that's through the state. So that's going to be starting Saturday, so everyone knows.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay.
And Joe, you said 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
So if
Thank
they
you
have
for-
insurance, they can bring their insurance card. If they do not have insurance, they just need some sort of ID. And they'll try and get it either through a social security number reimbursement, but no one will be billed for the testing. And they can be from within the county, from out of the county, it doesn't matter.
But if they test positive and they're from out of the county, will it go on their mailing address of their identification?
It
Or
goes
just,
on
and we get the positive?
goes on where their home of record, where they live. So just because they tested in Lebanon, if they're from Reading, it's going to go back to Reading.
Okay. So then they are required to bring some type of ID to show their address, or they just give you their address?
No, they have to have ID. That's
Okay.
what we were told by the state. They must have ID. They're either going to try and the company that the state has contracted is going to try and get reimbursement through insurance company. And if not, then they'll just use, if you do not have insurance, they'll try and use the person's name and a social security number. But they're just asking, all they've asked for is an ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Thank you for the update on that, Joe. That's a great program. Okay. Anybody else have anything else to share?
Laura does.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I did want to ask you, Mayor, is round 2 of the small business assistance, has that closed or is that still going on?
No, we're keeping it open until we have no money left. So there is, so businesses can continue to apply.
And do you think that, I was just wondering this, do you think that there is almost like relief fatigue? I know there's pandemic fatigue and, all that sort of thing, but it seems like there are so many different programs. There's the county's program, there's your program. I saw something from Amy Kopecki about the Heart of Main Street program. I mean, it's like, it's almost hard to figure out, if I were a business owner, it would almost be hard to figure out where I'm supposed to apply, or do I apply to them all or whatever? Have you sensed any of that confusion?
I have heard from 2 business owners who did say they had relief fatigue, whatever you want to call it, because some of the applications, I mean, it takes some time and the documentation that you have to put together for it. And I also think some of the sentiments that I've heard are people don't want to take too much. Like they just want enough to help them get by. And some of them are not wanting to apply just because, I don't want to say pride, but just that they don't, because I think, if the money is there, the money was given for that reason. And I want our businesses to succeed and to have sustainability. So to me, it's important that they do apply for it. They deserve it. This is something that, of course, was out of their hands. They had no control over, and we need our businesses to thrive. So I hope that everyone takes advantage of it. And in particular, because we're running it, the city's recovery assistance program, we have money left. So please apply for it. It is there for you, because the small businesses, the mom and pops, are the backbone of our economy. And again, we need them to be successful for our future.
How much is left?
Janelle?
We have about $100,000 yet.
Wow, that's quite a bit. Okay, all right, great, thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
Laura.
Okay. Anyone else have anything else? All right, hearing none, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion.
All in favor?
So
Second?
moved.
So moved. Everyone have a wonderful evening.
Second, aye. Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Dan. Oh, he left. Okay.
Okay.
All right. See you, everyone.
And we'll see you on Monday.